welcome back to the channel. And today, one of my mods, Pandemics, mentioned to me that they're talking about the new jet power update that is going to be going live. It's in development right now, and so they wanted to talk about the updates of what's going on, and wanted to get my live reaction, and that's exactly what you're getting. I've not seen this or read any of these patch notes yet, so, and I can even prove it to you, because down here in, where's my Discord logo? Brain fart. Where is my Discord? I can't see my Discord. There it is. Literally, it's right here. So here you go, Pandemics. You're literally getting the video that you wanted. So, while planning content of updating Jet Power Update, we tried to closely follow your suggestions and feedback. That's not true, because if you did, Germany would have at minimum the Flak Panzer 1. America, Russia, and Japan all get Tier 1 SPAAs, but Germany does not. Japan even gets to build stationary AA guns. Russia and America also get to build stationary AA guns. Germany only gets stationary AA guns. Shit. Because I have said several times, and I hate to use curse words this early in a video, but absolute shit, Gaijin, because I've called you out time and time again as to why Germany has no low tier, mid tier, high tier, any tier of SPAA. We've got none. Zip, zero, nada, none. So, no, you don't listen to our feedback. You don't. That is a lie. You only listen to your esports teams, and they only give you feedback on things that affect them. They're not going to give you feedback on just everyday players. You're not going to listen to Joe Schmo schmuck like me. Anyway, main styles of the update: jet fighters. Will appear in the research tech tree for all playable nations. The strength of these machines lies in their maximum speed. $50, an I-153 will still be able to catch up to it in a dead straight flight, because for some reason you made Soviet biplanes fly like they are jet fighters already. So, which is practically unattainable for aircraft with piston engines. Wrong. But at the same time, they have been piloted wisely. As they slow down, they rapidly lose maneuverability and become easy targets. So why would they slow the fuck down? They'll just boom and zoom like you're supposed to. But not that you care, because all your planes fly fucking bricks, unless they're, again, Soviet or Allied. If they're fucking German, even a Bf 109, which was a turn, not a 109, sorry, a Focke-Wulf 190, which was a turn fighter, still can't turn. I wonder why. Anyway, one different note: that these new machines will only fight in higher BR battles. We plan to revise the matchmaking rules for an update to separate BR3 from BR5. We will tell you more about these changes in the future. Thank fucking Christ. I'm sick and tired of being at BR3 and fighting BR5. There's a big leap between BR3 and BR5. It's called BR4. The USSR will receive a long-awaited Battle Ranking 2 semi-automatic rifle, while the Japanese AT gunners will have an easier time dealing with armoured vehicles thanks to their new rocket launcher. So you've already made an overpowered nation more overpowered, and you think giving the Japanese a tiny little rocket launcher is going to help them. No, it's not. Not at all. We will soon tell you about other interesting changes in upcoming dev blogs, and later you'll be able to evaluate them yourselves in the test server. So in other words, what they're saying is, this is what we want, this is what we're giving you, and this is what you're going to be grateful for. Everything else that you've said to us, we're going to ignore. Everything else that you want, we're going to ignore. Everything else that you know for a fact, that we know for a fact as well, is breaking the fucking game, we're just going to ignore. Gaijin Entertainment, everyone. So Germany gets the ME-262 A1A, okay, BR5, and what else? The first German jet fighter used 1944 onwards, various front one, yeah. Luftwaffe thanks its first contained, yeah. 430mm cannons, which still can't pen shit. I'm sorry, 30mm and 37mm cannons on upper engine deck of any fucking tank will fucking wreck 'em. But not according to you, Gaijin. According to you, and I've even got video clips of it on me doing a test flight, aiming right down at the rear deck of a fucking T-60 light tank that a fucking 50 caliber machine gun can penetrate, and my 30mm and my 37s are bouncing off, doing fuck all. While its one 500 kilogram bomb can deal with any target on the ground. No, it can't. Fucking can't, because I have that stupid Ju-88 bomber that has 6 250 kilo bombs, and I dropped all fucking 6 in a perfect line. And all I did was fucking track a Sherman. You're full of shit. Your eyes are brown. You need fucking movement, Gaijin. The MG-81, German aircraft machine gun that was replaced the MG-15. Yeah. Actually, it was the MG-18, if you must get it right. Not the MG-15, it was the MG-18. The MG-15 was only used in early BF-109s. And then even they realised, even with the high altitude air, it still was not enough to keep those barrels cool. So they went to the MG-18, which, ironically, you have in-game as an infantry machine gun, I might add. MG-15, 1939, end of the war. Europe, remaining machine guns in warehouses were converted to use by the Volksgrim units. Yes, I know that. Compared to other German machine guns you use, the MG-81 stands out with its even higher 1,760 rounds per minute rate of fire, which is both an advantage and a disadvantage. In other words, it's going to go, Brah! That's it. No matter what kind of recoil control you're going to have on your soldier, it's literally just going to go, there's a target. Wow, I'm an AA gun now. Because that's literally all it's going to be, because you don't understand how recoil fucking works. Because none of you have ever fired a fucking weapon in your life. And it fucking shows. Go out, touch grass. Stop standing in front of like 15 computer screens, yeah? Great. On one hand, it's extraordinary firepower. On the other hand, it was a very very experienced machine gunner would struggle to use it without its bipod. In other words, you literally just said in this one context what I just did in one action. Wow, I'm not killing anything! While Soviet machine guns, they're walking around like T-800s. Yeah. Because, you know, you've got the perfect balance there, don't you? I swear every time you burp, I can smell Stalin's on your breath. Anyway, UK is one of the first countries to encounter the newest German jets, yeah, responsible for the Meteor concept, yeah. So you get the Meteor, which gets 20mm cannons. And 2,000-pound bombs. In other words, you're not going to be able to kill anything with those, because you've got too many fucking buildings on your map. You've got too many fucking trees on your map. You've got too much. It's literally, you've picked every fucking dense sector in the world where there was combat and said, there you go. No. Fucking no. No. And by the way, why do we have bombers in the game that have no fucking bomber sights? Even P-38 Lightnings had a fucking target for their rockets in the cockpit. Is it modelled in game? No. Why do you think, and Gaijin, you have all the internal server-side data so you can compare everything I'm fucking saying to you and go, oh, he's right. Why do you think certain planes aren't flown over others, even though they are better in every way, shape or form? It's just the players don't fucking touch them. And it's not because of my videos. It's not because of any person's videos. It's because you cannot fucking code. You can't. Everything you're putting in Enlisted, you've stolen from War Thunder. And you're the same fucking devs. So it's just copy pasta, copy pasta, copy pasta, right? Okay, so you said you wanted to go with realism, right? That's why you don't have a third-person view on your tank and your plane, right? Because of realism, right? Right? Okay, then there would be fucking runways for your planes to land. If you want realism. Your machine gunners in your tanks would actually fucking fire their guns because that was their sole fucking job. Was to keep an eye out for infantry and fire said machine gun at said infantry so that they didn't get Zerg swarmed like every fucking tank does in Enlisted. Gaijin. But does the machine gunner do anything? No. In fact, 4 of the fucking gunners on my Junker 88 don't do anything at all. I can't even control them. I can only control one fucking gunner. The top gunner. The side gunners, no. The front gunner, no. The rear gunner, no. The belly gunner, no. I can't control them, and the AI doesn't control them. So why are they there? Meh. Who the fuck knows? Engineers in Flame Trooper squads will be able to build all these. Yeah. Okay, so independent cheap countermeasures against tanks and infantry, large-scale German landing in Great Britain. Wait, British. Okay, the Hawk anti-tank weapon, developed in 1940 after the first tests, it was adopted for service and put into mass production. No, it fucking wasn't. The Hawk anti-tank weapon was a fucking joke. It barely worked, and it was only given to the fucking dad's army. It was given to the National Guard. It was given to 50-year-old postmen and ex-retired firefighters who were given a uniform and said, "You're in the army now, boy." And they were just too old to go overseas and fight. They were literally given World War I black powder muskets and told, defend this point. They're the ones who got the Hawk anti-tank weapon, and even then, they didn't ever use them. They couldn't. We didn't have the fucking ammo. I know, because most of my family were in the dad's army, were in the dad's guard. I served. My dad served. My nan and 13 of her siblings served. I know more than you do. So you can keep reading all the fucking technical manuals you want. Go out, touch grass, go to more than one museum that's 2 blocks away from your office. And you'll see everything you just said right there is utter fucking rubbish. What's next? Japan. You get the Kika. Okay. A plane that you've taken away that you can no longer get, research-wise, in War Thunder. Oh, wait, that was the R2Y2. I don't remember. I have them, so fuck you, and they're permanently mine because you can't take them back, so haha, fuck you. And so we're getting the Panzer Banush Aufzeiger at rank 4. We get Panzerfausts at 3, and then we get... we already have anti-tank weapons. Oh, you're giving it to Japan. I see. Alright, so you realise that Japan needs some serious fucking love because you haven't given them the 0 at all. Tell me again, what planes did they use to attack Pearl Harbor? What planes did they use at Guadalcanal? What planes did they use on Iwo What planes did they... I'll keep going because the word is 0. Mitsubishi, a 0. Where the fuck is 0? 0! There isn't 0 zeros. Yeah, you fucking spastics. A prime fucking plane unit, same as the Hayabusas, not there. What? So, no Hayabusas, no zeros. Don't even get me started on the fucking shit tanks. And yes, I get it, Japan did not have tanks. Not really. They didn't realise that they needed them. Because Japan really doesn't need them. They were an infantry-focused based army. Not armour. But they had a really good fucking navy and a really good fucking air force. Of which, not in Japanese territory. Why do you think my Japanese are still battle ranking 1? Because you fucktards fucked. You fucked up. Didn't they, Uncle Roger? You fucked up. You fucked up worse than Jamie Oliver's egg fried rice. That's how bad you fucked up. There's no MSG. USSR. Let's count past 15 pages later. I really don't care. If you're a USSR player, fuck you. Other than that, fuck you again. I don't care. SU-9, don't care. So yeah, let's see. The SU-9, though, is going to get 37 mils and a pair of 23 mils. Okay, which, by the way, here's a hint, moron. 37mm shells fly faster, fly slower than 23mm shells. So, your shots are gonna be off. You can't sight them both in correctly. Ask Russian fighter pilots. They'll tell you. It was an SU something. SU-1, I want to say SU-117. It was one of their fighter planes that they had in Vietnam, that when Russia apparently wasn't in Vietnam. They could not get the fucking odd caliber cannons on target, so they stripped out the larger one and put 2 extras of the smalls in. But somehow, I can guarantee either you're going to make that 37 fly at the same speed as those 23s, because you're not going to know off the 23s. You're going to buff them, because you're gaijin. And it gets a 500 kilo bomb will make infantry think twice about holding anti-aircraft guns. Exactly, you literally just said it right there. You literally just fucking said it right there. We understand your concerns about the presence of post-war machines in the game, but the SU-9 ended up being the best option to match the competition for other nations. We introduced into such research into the research tech tree in order to balance gameplay at high BR battles to avoid deprivating the USSR of a pleasant new addition. In other words, you literally just fucking said right here, jargon. We know that the SU-9 is far greater than everything else that you are all getting, you peasants. But guess what? We don't fucking care. That's literally what you just said in that post. I translated all of your technical jargon right there into a simple sentence. Shut up, peasants. So, do I care about this fucking update? No. I don't fucking care about this update. This update's an absolute fucking disgrace. An absolute fucking disgrace. And I mean that. It is an absolute fucking disgrace. Fucking disgrace. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a like. Bleep bloop. Your questions and comments and concerns, and am I right? Am I wrong? Make a prediction. Leave it down below. Let me know. Till then, guys, keep your flying, keep your enemies dying. Cobra Commander is out, and I'm gonna leave this with a fuck you, USSR.